It isn't very often that I make a video dedicated to what is, in my opinion, the worst side of Airsoft, complaining about how some player or group of players was actively cheating during a section of gameplay. But what is even more uncommon is what we have in today's video, where someone openly accuses me of cheating on camera. Welcome to the Wolfsden. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, and to all of our new viewers, it is, as always, great to have you here today for what is sure to be a very intriguing video, to say the least, being our first in 2025. Now, as you may know, depending on how long you've been subscribed to the channel, I tend to stray away from content revolving around cheaters and poor sportsmanship in Airsoft, mostly because it isn't the kind of content I would want to show here on YouTube, and really it just isn't my cup of tea for all of you Brits out there. Whether you agree with me or not, I generally find that such videos are much more harmful to the sport as a whole than they are helpful. Many people will say that it is a way to call out bad behavior and show others how not to act in the sport we all love and make the community better, and I would agree with that. However, in doing so, it also gives these individuals a platform for their quote-unquote 15 minutes when cheater videos blow up and go viral that, quite frankly, I don't think they deserve to have, given that they are intentionally ruining the fun for others in their pursuit for attention that mommy and daddy never gave them. Of course, should you think I'm wrong or have your own cheater stories to share, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Because today we have what is, in my opinion, a far more entertaining scenario where I was openly called out in my own video for actively and knowingly cheating. But first, I would like to let you all know that following the clear love for the last two videos, a new sticker design has been added to Wolfsden apparel featuring the iconic M4A1 and even more iconic line from our favorite Army Ranger Sergeant from MW2. I have also added another decal sticker in relation to today's video, the anti-cheat decal featuring the Night Wraith, which is the weapon of choice for today's gameplay. With that said, let's set the stage for the controversy to come. We are back at Bing on their Towers field for a familiar game of attack and defend with the foliage in full swing. The potential for some good gunfights is exceptionally high. With this in mind, heading into round one, our team is on the offensive, and I decide that playing the sneaky route along the right side is going to be the best to start off.
bud. What color are you? Red. Okay. I can't see your tag, just so you know. Oh, sorry. You're good. I just wanted to let you know. I can't tell what color you are. You're good. No worries.
To be clear, this situation is ultimately not a big deal to me. In watching this footage back, it seems like I'm calling out this player for not having a team tag when I'm simply attempting to be courteous. True, I was a little disappointed when it happened, only because I had been watching him and his teammate move closer and closer to me for quite some time without them noticing, meaning that had I seen his tag, he never would have killed me, but it happens. This is a very common occurrence in my experience and really nothing to worry about so early in the game, if at all. Plus, not to spoil anything, but now that I 100% know this player is an enemy, he won't get a second chance for a free kill on me.
Yes, I was.
This is the point where you guys and gals are going to want to watch carefully. In just a moment, you will see what actions occurred for the accusations to be made that I was actively cheating. The specific rule being in regards to my minimum engagement distance, which is currently 50 feet where it is normally 20 feet here at Bing. This is because of the higher FPS that the Night Wraith is shooting at and is important to be aware of as not to hurt other players, which is something that I take very seriously. As a visual reference, for all of you watching, the wall ahead of me is about 20 feet away. and the building past that is about 50 feet away, meaning I could currently shoot at the building and any player inside or past the building with no issue, but closer than that is a big no-no. With that said, let's see how the rest of this engagement plays out, and then we'll break it down a little further after it's all over.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Safety, 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 safety. Oh, sorry, Chief, sorry. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, you're good.
Watch your engagement distance, man. You're DMR.
Yeah, I know. That's 50 feet.
That's not 50 feet.
I don't know what to tell you, Chief. Eddie, center, center. Nice. Safety, safety, safety. I don't know if you guys had your guns around the corner, but I guess I'll take it.
With the first round over and accusations made, let's have a look at what just happened from the beginning. Breaking this down for all of you, these two players were standing in this smaller one-story building while I was standing at the corner of this two-story building behind them. As I came around this corner, I placed a single round into the first player's back, and a few seconds later, I placed another single shot into this player's face, which then prompted me to immediately apologize, as I'm not a soulless bastard, and didn't exactly mean to catch this dude right under the eye. That was my bad there 100%. Totally up for debate on whether or not he should be a little peeved about that one. If you're watching this, man, I'm sorry. Again, I did not mean to hit you there. I was trying to aim a little lower, and my hop-up just sent it like right into your face. So, with that said, let's move on. Now, after removing these two players, I maneuvered around to the other side of the building, and that's where both players, as they are leaving the engagement, say that I was ignoring my minimum engagement distance of 50 feet as a DMR, which I then denied, stating that I was not within 50 feet, but I don't want to leave it with that if I am actually breaking the rules here. So, with that said, let's compare this angle to the one I'd had earlier that we used for reference to see if I'm truly in the wrong here, because if I am, I should be held accountable just as anyone else would be in this situation. This is the angle I showed you all earlier, where this wall is about 20 feet away and this building is about 50. Again, legal to shoot here, not legal to shoot between here and here. Let's compare this to the second angle I had. Again, harder to see, but just ahead of me is another wall about 20 feet away, and again, this building is where said players were when I fired on them. Looking between the two, they look very, very similar in distance. The second looks to be maybe just a smidge closer, but if you account for the players being up against the far wall and not the close one, it's very comparable. But let's take it a step further, because maybe this is a very deceiving angle with it being underneath. You can't fully see what's going on. This is what both angles look like through my scope cam, which was completely unimpeded for both shots. Having a look at this, we can readily gauge the difference in the distances using the size of the wooden boards making up the walls of each building in frame. Because, well, math is kinda neat sometimes. Nerd! And looking between these two still frames, the difference is negligible, to say the least. Assuming that the boards are the same width from top to bottom in both of the buildings, The size in frame is literal pixels off, which would have to mean that the distance from my scope cam to both buildings would have to be very similar, thus meaning that the distance from where I am standing to the buildings would have to be very, very similar to get both of these angles to look almost identical in the width of the boards. With all that laid out, I can say with zero guilt in my mind that I was not breaking the rules of my minimum engagement distance, as these players said I was. Of course, if any of you want to voice your own opinions or thoughts on the matter down below, feel free to do so, even if it's against myself. That is completely fine. Just remember, keep it civil down there. Wrapping this first round up, let me also state that after this, the ref and I did discuss the incident as these players voiced their concerns to him, as they should be able to. And in showing the ref my side of the story and exactly where I was standing at the time, he determined that I was not in the wrong either, for what that's worth. And please also understand that I am not attacking these players for voicing their opinions and calling out what they believe is bad sportsmanship or harmful actions. If anything, I'm glad that they did, because having players be aware of the rules and keeping people accountable is a good thing. They had the best of intentions in this situation, and I hold nothing against either one of them in the slightest for doing so. However, I do believe that that is enough analysis for one video. Again, if you have something to add, or if you have a story like this, feel free to leave it down in the comments, and let's jump into round 2 of today's gameplay to end this video off on a high. This round, our team is on the defensive, and following the events of the first round, I decided that it was best to play from a distance and pick off players along the wood line, such that we don't get flanked as I flanked them last round, and there's no doubt whatsoever that I can break my 50-foot minimum engagement distance, since a couple players are still a little mad about that whole thing.
I got him. Yeah. Hell yeah. My left-handed skills are still good.
People on the left, like they're
Are they?
probably like right there. Right
Say, I snagged one all the way up on the ridge earlier. If you see him calling him out, I don't want to get too close and get yelled at again. That would be so bad if they called me out for being too close when I wasn't.
We can use an auto, right?
You can if you're running 20 feet minimum engagement distance, yes.
Awesome.
If you're shooting hotter than that, no.
Well, good thing I'm not.
I'm gonna shift back a little bit, try to get a different angle. snag one of these through the bushes again. That'd be pretty neat. Keep hitting my little tube on stuff. Keep forgetting it's not MP5 SD where it's a little shorter. Got so used to that with AMS. I feel like those are hidden. No? Nothing? Okay. They're gonna be here pretty soon, boys. Get ready.
They're here, they're here.
How?
They're here, they're near that barrel. They're over there. They're on the left side of the door. I saw them push, so you see that, the barrel?
This full? I don't remember. I don't think it is. It is. I had to run through that one. Hey! Hey! That tower right next to you, someone who just ran into it. Yep. Why does nobody listen to me? Ah, I told them about that guy and they didn't listen. This is bullshit.
Are you dead?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Alright, touch that blue barrel, you can hop in.
Which blue barrel? Which one?
That one?
These-
Well, I'm going to shift you over to the right side of the map. Right?
Beep. Okay,
Shift you over to the
that
right
works.
Defenders, there are no more mulligans. Mulligans are cut off. No more.
That way. That way. I know. I got hit by that guy, but there's more this way. No, I'm back in. Behind. Come on. Thank you. There's more where that dude just stood up. They just ran to the right. I am trusting you, sir. I've got to take care of something over here. where that's coming from. That's spooky. Shooting at me. Can't tell who that is. Dead. Oh. Man, that guy can't aim for shit.
And with no more revives for our team, I am eliminated from the field by a very sneaky ghillie man in the bushes behind me. This will bring round 2 and today's gameplay to a close. I do want to thank all of you for watching until the end of the video. I know this was a rather long one with a lot of talking, so I do hope that it was still enjoyable for all of you guys and gals out there watching. Since I did a lot of talking earlier, I will keep the outro brief by saying, if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and join the nearly 2.5 thousand other Wolfsden community members here on the channel. Best way to support the channel is through Wolfsden Apparel, where you can get the 2 newest decals featuring the M4A1 from the last 2 videos and the Night Wraith from today's gameplay, as well as a ton of other badass designs made by yours truly. I will be streaming on Twitch the day this video goes live at 6 p.m. US Central Time if you'd like to check that out. The link, along with the Wolfsden Apparel link, are both in the description and in the pinned comment below. And as always, this has been Wolf, and hope to see you guys next time I hit the field.